privilege and honor of introducing to you your featured presenter tonight, Mr. Christopher Oliver. He has built a very impressive resume. Since joining Lifewave, Mr. Oliver has been a top executive producer, trainer, and presenter with Lifewave, hitting one of the top positions in our company in record time. Mr. Oliver has been in the business arena for over 37 years and has earned millions over those years, which has provided his freedom for 36 of those 37 years. He's been featured in Fortune magazine. He's been featured in Success magazine. He has been documented in our industry. He has trained hundreds of thousands and spoken to audiences of 10,000 or more several times. He's a top producing executive with this new venture, which only took in a very short amount of time to achieve. But more importantly, Mr. Oliver enjoys helping others. I've known him personally for over 35 years. He's the same individual of high integrity, who likes to have fun, who knows all the facts about this business and how to make money in this home-based industry. And he's having just a great time sharing this opportunity and literally changing the lives of hundreds, if not thousands. And he's committed to sharing this opportunity with people all over the world and all over this country. So please help me bring to the stage the original CEO, Mr. Christopher Edward Oliver. The floor is yours, sir.
Outstanding. Kevin Ali, how you doing this evening, partner?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. If I was any better, I'd be twins.
Outstanding, outstanding. Well, hey, partner, it's funny that we just got off a call for you just a little while ago. About the same number of individuals on that particular launch call. But Kevin hails out of the Charlotte, North Carolina market, consummate business professional. But on top of that, this gentleman has a work ethic that's off the charts, has already been able to hit some executive levels with our company as well. And right now, it's just changing lives around the country. So, partner, definitely appreciate you having the opportunity of opening up the call this evening. Just getting a chance to earlier, getting checked in here at the hotel, and immediately back to back calls that are launching because, we got people's lives that are being changed around the country because of this incredible proprietary technology. And a quick background on myself, as he said, I've been free out of corporate America a total of 36 years. So almost my entire adult life, I've had a chance to be out of corporate America. I listened to one of my mentors who said, if you put your head down for a year or two, you'll never have to work for anybody else a day in your life. And I guess a few of us, we were crazy enough to believe it. And that is exactly what transpired because it has been a thrill to be able to earn a ton of money, have time and freedom, travel the world as well, and do it on your own accord. But I do remember what a year and a half in corporate America was like, because when you go from having time and freedom to all of a sudden now somebody's telling you what time to get hungry, what time to finish being hungry, what time to take a vacation, how much you can earn, I was frustrated looking for a way to get that time back. Thank goodness somebody put me in front of an opportunity. October 27th of 1994, I had relocated to Atlanta that year. And that's where an opportunity came my way. It was right place, right time. See, for those of you who say, well, you can catch opportunity anytime, I beg to differ with that. See, it was only one time that the deregulation of long distance took place. We were there at the right place, right time. Because we were there at the right time and the right place, and we put the work in, Success Magazine wrote about 20 of us in Atlanta, Georgia. All of our incomes were in excess of over $30,000 a month. This is back in the 90s when we were in our 20s. Now, I share that not because we're looking to just brag or say whatever. I'm really sharing that because that pales in comparison to what you have your hands on looking at this opportunity now, because, man, the service that we had in long distance was not like what we have here that's making this kind of impact. So open up. Just remember, the mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. Don't judge the messenger. What I want you to do is judge the message and just see what we're saying. Does it make sense? Is it something that's simple? Is this something that you can do? And so with that said, let's go ahead and cut to the chase and dive directly in. My first question to you, though, is have you been patched yet? Many of you said, what do you mean patch? You mean that little Band-Aid or whatever she had, they have on their arm? The answer is yes. That is the X39 stem cell activation patch. That patch, ladies and gentlemen, is changing lives. So it's about how to elevate activate and regenerate what is called your stem cells. Now, when you look at the patch, just let's get it out of the way up front because we're looking at a cost factor. Because for those who have heard of stem cells, you know injections cost you tens or either hundreds of thousands of dollars to get it done. It's also localized, which means wherever you're getting injected, that's the only area that generally gets affected. But also, 30% of the time, it does not work, even though you put out tens of thousands of dollars. Well, guess what? When you talk about regenerating your own stem cells, your body's already used to your stem cells. So when you look at why is stem cells so important, well, let's back up a little bit. See, when we were kids, have you ever noticed that when you bumped some, fell, got bruised, whatever it was, you got well quickly? See, stem cells literally help to regenerate the body. So your tissue, your organs, a lot of them are made up of stem cells. So that's why many times when we had children, maybe the doctor or the hospital asks you, did you want to freeze the umbilical cord or either the placenta, because it housed those stem cells that if that child ever needed something to help save their life or be able to take care of themselves health-wise, they would go back to those particular stem cells. Well, guess what? By the time we hit 30, you got 50% of them are dormant. By the time you hit 60, 90% are dormant. Only 10% working. So guess what? As we age, the less stem cells we have, the less active we are. And also what you start to see take place is people start to age if they don't have a lot of these stem cells working, ladies and gentlemen. And so right now, I just turned 58. You know, I don't want to look like I'm 58 if I can help it. I believe I've been wearing the patch a couple of months. And as far as I can tell, it has basically helped me out. I know it helped my skin, do better and things of that nature. But the patch is a proprietary form of what you call phototherapy. Now, when you look at a good way of understanding this, because this patch can use the light from your body, it can actually wake up what is called the copper peptide and therefore help to regenerate your stem cells. But a way to really understand it is kind of like your parents telling you, hey, get out the house and go get some vitamin D. Now, what were they really saying? They were saying go get some what? Sunshine. Because the sunshine will hit your skin, it will interact with the melanin that's in your skin, and therefore it will what? Start to produce what is called vitamin D. Well, this stem cell does not need the sunshine. All it needs is the light that comes from your body. And many of you say, what do you mean light from my body? That doesn't make sense. Well, guess what? If we did a thermal scan on the forest and you're out there in the middle of the forest, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Do y'all realize we can tell exactly where you are in the forest? Because your body will give off heat, and that glow and that aura that your body has, that's the light we're talking about. Well, these patches do not have any drugs in them. They don't have any chemicals, no stimulants. It's non-transdermal, non-invasive. That means that there is nothing going into the skin. So people say, well, does it interact with any of my medications? No, the answer is no. It's all natural. It was derived from plants and fruits and organic crystals, ladies and gentlemen. So as a result, all it's doing is waking up something that the Creator has already put in. You already have stem cells in there. The only thing is they've gone dormant. So as a result, this gets the opportunity of waking them up. Now, what I want to do is kind of switch gears for a moment, pop in a video. The video is about 40 minutes long. It's going to give you more detail. No, I'm actually just kidding. Video is only about 3 minutes and some seconds. But this video will get the opportunity of breaking down how this technology works, why it's making the impact on people's lives the way it is. And right after the video, I also want to explain something that's very key, which is it is patented. That means that you can't get it anywhere else. It never existed before it was created here. No other company has it currently. And for the next 15 more years, no other company will have it, just us. So pay attention. We'll be back up with you in just a couple of moments.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using Lifewave. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind Lifewave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single Lifewave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing Lifewave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of Lifewave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one Lifewave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all Lifewave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about Lifewave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body. How you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Imagine investing in companies like these when they first went public and riding their growth to where they are today. Those who made wise decisions to get involved gained incredible wealth. Now it's your turn. When it comes to regenerative anti-aging science, stem cells are the future. And thanks to Lifewave, you are at the forefront of it all. Don't miss out. X39 puts you on the threshold of explosive growth in your business like no other product ever could. And all you need to do is try it and share it with others. The Lifewave X39 patch, an absolute breakthrough. For your body, for your business. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of Lifewave today.
Awesome, man. I love the way that video ended out. It said live long, live younger as well. So think about this. How can we do this? Well, let's look at the patent. The patent also means that up until now, nobody else has documented that they had this technology. And as I list some of the items, I want you to think about, do you or anyone in your family need any of this? It says, as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. This patent was just put in place in 2020. Now here we are in 2024 with the next 15 plus years to where we get the opportunity of being the ones that's sharing it. So who is Lifewave? Lifewave is a company we partnered up with, just hitting 20 years, open in more than 75 countries. Some of you are saying, man, you know, I've never heard of this before. Why is that? Well, for the first 17, 18 years, you had individuals who were like doctors, scientists, naturopathic healers, chiropractors, people who did acupuncture. They were literally taking this particular patch and they were treating many of their patients. That's who they were sharing this information with. So the company was doing about 20 million a year. Now, 20 million a year is great for a regular business. In our industry, it's a whole nother level once marketers, once those of us who've built some organizations find out about it. And guess what? Steve and Gina Merritt, which actually that couple had built successful businesses before. So when they walked into a meeting and said, wow, everybody here look like they need a lab coat on or scientist, they have no idea how to really market this and get it out to the public. Well, guess what? They took off running. They also talked to a partner of mine, Ken Robinson. Ken also has a background of building large teams. Well, they took this company in 1 year from 20 million to 320 million. Then the company jumped over 400 million. This year in 2024, we're already north of $500 million. Now, I want to say this very humbly. This company did 500 million without any of us on this phone or on this webinar. I mean, what you mean? Well, we only got here 2 months ago. We've only been here a little bit around 60 days. So yeah, they did 500 million before I knew what was happening with this company. But here's the thing. I also understand projections. I understand this company is going to do $1 billion, $2 billion with or without us. See, we done missed out on so many things. I didn't get a phone call about Tesla. I didn't get a phone call about Google. Didn't get a call about Microsoft or Amazon. They made billions without us. Well, you've gotten a phone call now. So how is this growth possible? Because this is not another Me Too type situation. What do I mean, Me Too? You know how somebody has invited you to come take a look at something that's dealing with vitamins or weight loss or skin care or hair care, or it's dealing with Forex trading, or it's dealing with crypto. I mean, there's always another crypto deal, and usually they want money from us that got a comma in it. Well, this is not that kind of thing, ladies and gentlemen, because of what we have a 30-day money back guarantee, which means we don't want people to risk hardly anything other than giving it a shot and a try. So David Schmidt is the CEO and inventor of the X39. This gentleman has a ton of patents already on the books, over 180. He's a scientist and inventor. He specializes in what we call age reversing. So when you start looking at the ability of 2008, he put his whole focus on stem cell research, and it took 10 years, 10 long years just to get the opportunity of getting it patented. That had to go through a ton of clinical trials. We have listed more than 80 different clinicals. And it's funny because I have people say, well, I need to do my research. We give them the website with all these clinicals. Well, they're not going in there reading them, even though it shows the blood work. It shows the brain scans. All of that, ladies and gentlemen, Google is not, that's not saying let me go do some research and you out there on Google looking stuff up. No, you look at what was documented. You look at people who had placebos and those who had the real patches. $4.5 million just to bring this to the market. So what really is the X39 doing for a person? It helps a person increase their strength. I've seen as people get older, I mean, just getting up out of a chair or off the couch becomes a struggle. So this helps a person increase their strength, reducing inflammation, a lot of discomfort or different pain, different things. And we're not telling you the patch cures or mitigate any diseases, but your body can help itself. The energy and vitality, increased stamina. Sometimes I've seen people get to the stairs and they take a few and they got to take a rest. Well, probably 20 years ago, they didn't have to do that. Mental clarity. How many times are we walking into a room saying, now wait a minute, why did I come in here? Why? What am I looking for? And we'd have forgot. Well, we got to stop playing with that as we get older, because that leads to other things. Restored muscle and skeleton conditions, improvements in sleep. Some of us are getting some of the best sleep of our lives because now we got vivid dreams again, like we did some 15, 20 years ago. Improved skin appearance. I know for me, it definitely has helped out with the skin, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to, not have different lines of different things. And so when you start to look at all these different benefits, so if you could look younger, you could feel younger, you can move better, you got your life back now. And this was one of the studies that was done with a 77-year-old woman. They placed the X39 on the back of her neck. Now, when she first walked in, they did a brain scan on her. They just wasn't taking her word for it. They did a scan. And all of the red represents inflammation on the brain. That means she had a lack of brain coherence at this time. 3 weeks later, they came back for session 2. If you notice, you don't see that red. No more inflammation. That means improved brain coherence. By session 3, she had a complete turnaround. Better brain coherence. Now, I want y'all to really think about what you're looking at right now. If you got this going on, and 6 weeks later, there's a complete turnaround, how many of our parents and grandparents and loved ones that was up in age that really, I wish I had a chance to give them this patch, but it didn't exist back then. So the beauty behind this now, we got people who are changing their lives. So what really is a patch doing for you? In your first few days, 4,000 of your genes begin to reset. See, they tell everybody to go drink some red wine. Personally, now everybody can do what they want to do. I don't drink any alcohol, but do y'all know one glass of wine only helps 2 genes to reset? So if you're trying to get 4,000 reset, do you know how drunk you got to get, or how many glasses of wine you gonna have to drink to get 4,000? Also, within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. We are getting in arguments with folks that need their brain balance, ladies and gentlemen. So guess what? We might want to patch some people, and sometimes it could be the man or the woman in the mirror that might need a little balancing. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. There are a lot of people who are taking collagen, trying to look younger and different things of that nature. This automatically in 3 months allows a person collagen to increase. Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. And the studies say that there's an average of every 6 months that you wear the patch, your heart has gotten 8 years younger. That means you wear the patch for a year. It's kind of like your heart that aged backwards 16 years. That's why we say this is not anti-aging. This is what you call age reversing. So where do you put the patch? You can put it either behind your neck or you can put it right below your navel. How long do you wear the patch? 12 hours on, you peel the patch off, throw it in the trash. The next day, you get another one, put it on at the exact same time again, and repeat that. Now, can you wear more than one patch? The answer is yes. If you have 2 patches on, it increases the effectiveness by about 40%. Now, 3, 4, and 5, that's not going to give you any extra stuff. So that's a kind of waste of patches. But the other thing that's so important, because people say, well, what's the percentages of people that get help with the patch? Well, the direct studies say that 97% of the people find positive results with the patch. Now, Steph Curry is a deadly shooter. At the free throw line, he shoots about 93, 94%. This percentage is beating Steph Curry at the free throw line, 97%. Well, Chris, why is it that the 3% don't receive benefit? Well, it also found out the ones that generally don't, they're dehydrated. See, drinking water out of the faucet, because that's not the same water that you and I grew up on when our parents used to put us out the house and tell us, I don't want to see you until the street lights come on. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. That meant that how did we get water or whatever? It was the green water hose on the side of the house. We all know what that was, right? Well, the water today is not the same water we grew up on. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Go get you some reverse osmosis water. Get some spring water that has the minerals in it. Get some alkaline water. Get some electrolytes. All of that helps your body hydrate. When a hydrated body is there, your own stem cells have an opportunity to move around better in a hydrated body. So where's all of this documented? You can go to thisisitinfo.com. When you go in and you're really talking about doing some real research, because we got all the doctors up there, how they've been treating their patients, but here are all of your case studies as well. You can click on them and read exactly what happened in those studies. Also, there are testimonials up there where there's a body chart to where you could pick anywhere on this body chart. And you can say, okay, I got somebody who's dealing with elevated blood sugar, or I got somebody else who has some joint issues going on, or what about skin issues or what have you. It's mind-blowing what this patch has been able to do. So what I want to do by saying that, switch gears just for a moment, I want some of our partners to get the opportunity of just sharing their testimonials by unmuting. Typically, I can see those individuals, like Sam Smith has just unmuted his line. But I like to start with a couple of our partners, just allow them to know what the patch has been able to do for you as well. So we'll go to Sam Smith, and then we'll stay right there in South Carolina and go to Pastor Isaiah Searson right after that.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. We got you, partner. Go ahead.
All right, great. Well, hey, I first took a look at this opportunity primarily because of my wife. My wife suffers from early onset Parkinson's disease, and it's very difficult for her to move at any time. But the reason why, I mean, that reason alone was enough for me to take a look at this opportunity. But I also had to be the first person to test it out because my wife is very skeptical. But after utilizing the patch, My knees that I blew out playing college basketball does not bother me right now. I even have opportunity to play ball with my son, who's 14, who's playing high school basketball. So it really helped me tremendously. And as a result, my wife uses the patch now, and she can move more freely. In fact, one time we went to the DMV, and during that time, she was standing up for like 30 to 45 minutes waiting with our son, talking. That's something that she never does, right? She could probably stand up 10 minutes at a time. But now she was able to stand up for like 30 minutes talking and just having a good time. But then also, as a result, she was walking to the station without any help or support. And then when she had to go take the picture, we had to take the picture for our son. The son had to go take the pictures, of course. She walked over across that office without any issues, no problems whatsoever. It really surprised our son because he's like, Dad, Mom is walking with no issues, no problem. That made him happy. It definitely made me happy. And as a result, now she's taking a deep dive into Lifewave as far as looking at the case studies. And she's also telling me, well, the longer and more consistent that I wear this patch, the better it would actually help me and my body. So I'm really excited about what this opportunity is going to do, and looking forward to what's going to happen over the next 12 to 24 months with my wife as a result of utilizing this patch. Thank you, sir.
Outstanding partner. Well, we appreciate you. Let's stay right there in South Carolina. Pastor Isaiah Seriously.
Good afternoon, Brother Oliver. How are you doing today?
I forgot any better. I'll be twins, partner. Go ahead.
I hear you guys. I want to just share tonight. We just got off a call, and one of the ladies on the call is she's in my Sunday school class at church. And I asked her to share with the group that was on the call what she noticed prior to me being sick and what she noticed after I was sick. And she told everyone that she watched me walk when I came back to church the first time. And she said she literally cried because my steps were so short and were so uncertain. And coming back from a stroke, guys, and my knee was bothering me and everything, it was difficult. It's a humbling experience. That's why I said you learn to celebrate small things. So when I got the patch from Sam Smith brought them down to me from Columbia. And I got those patches. One of the first thing I did, I put one on the side of my knee because that's where the pain was, because I was getting injections. And those injections, they last maybe a good 50, 60 days maybe, but if they weren't the thing, they kept going away. But I put it on, and that day, I noticed there was a marked difference in what I was doing, my gait. And during the course of that day, I was walking considerably better. And I felt so much better, Chris. And then as a stroke recoverer, the doctors tell you it's about a year when you go through what I went through before your body really gets back to where it was before. But I've noticed, and the lady that was in my Sunday school class also said, Pastor Citizen is talking and joking and carrying on like he did before he even had the stroke. So I can attribute that to what this patch has done in a relatively short amount of time. Now, granted, it may not do that for everybody all the time, but I can tell you this, it did it for me. And I encourage everyone to really grab a hold of what we have our hands on here, because it makes a difference, guys. And let me tell you, there's a lot of people out here that's dealing with issues, and some of us don't know anything about it, but they're dealing with them. And we have the magic cookie, and we got something that can help folks right now in their bodies. And trust me, if they feel better in their bodies, they feel better in their mind. They're better people. And we can attribute all of that to what this X39 is doing. So Chris, thank you so much, man, for all that you do. And thank you for introducing me to this phenomenal company. God bless you, brother. Back to you.
Awesome, partner. Appreciate you as well. And we're going to keep it going. And I was just on a call earlier with Kevin and Joetta Ali and that team. And we got a young lady on the line. I hope she can give her testimonial because it kind of blew us away on there listening. Mrs. Cherie Blango also just became a brand new manager with us as well. But I would love for her, if she's still in position, to be able to share her testimonial. And then we're going to open it up. And for any of you who also have testimonials, we'd love to be able to hear from you as well. So go ahead, Sharif. We got you on the line. We'd love to be able to hear from you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Oliver. Can you hear me? I am driving.
We can.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thanks to the Ollies, they called me September the 5th, and I'm giving dates because they're important. September the 5th. And I asked her to send me the information. I listened to the information. And at the time, my Achilles, I had overextended my Achilles. And at the time, it was 2 weeks that I have been limping and icing it and putting heat on it, doing that every day just to get through the days. And on September the 10th, I got my patches. I put a patch on that day, and I felt a little something. But by the third day, I had very little pain. By the fourth day, no pain and no limping. I was sold at that point. Now, I shared some of my patches with a childhood friend of mine, and I went to see her that Saturday. And when I walked in, she was leaning over. I mean, leaning over like an old lady. And I was like, hey, is your back have you hurting like leaning like that? She goes, yes, my back has been bothering me for so long. And she just didn't know what was going on. So as we were talking, she put on a patch. She said, I'm gonna go ahead and put one on right now. And she did. And we were standing there and talking. Within 5 minutes, she said, oh my God. And she stood up. And when she said, oh my God, I'm like, what? She said, this is really working. I'm feeling warmth. And at that point, now I haven't heard anybody say they felt warmth. I didn't feel any warmth. So I'm wondering whether the patches, she's having an allergic reaction or something. And she goes, I can stand up straight. She stood up straight. And now I'm watching this. If I knew that this would happen like this, I would have recorded her walking, but I had no idea. She stood up straight. And then we were just talking, maybe about 10 minutes passed. And then we moved outside because I was getting ready to leave. And I'm sitting in my vehicle and she's standing there talking. And she goes, oh my God. I'm like, what's the matter? She says, by this time, I would have had to ask you, let me lean against your door or let me get in and sit, because I have not been able to stand this long for a very long time. Ladies and gentlemen, seeing that with my own eyes and how quick, like the gentleman just said, it may not work that fast for everybody, but to see it work in less than 30 minutes, to have someone stand up straight, and she's continuously seeing improvements. Now, she walked with a rollator during the nighttime, because everybody knows once you lay down, your body kind of settles. But when you get up, you got to kind of crank it up and get going. Well, she used a rollator, and a rollator is one of the walkers you normally see a lot of people with that has the four wheels, but it has the seat and it has little brakes on it. So you can stop it. And that's what's called that rollator, may be the brand name. But anyway, she would have, when she got up at night, she would have to use her rollator. She said if she didn't, she could end up on the floor. Well, the very night that she used them, she did not have to use her rollator. She said she got up and moved around like there was nothing ever wrong. She has not used her rollator since. So, ladies and gentlemen, as the kids like to say, this is for real, for real. And I am so thankful that the Ollies, through Mr. Oliver, that this was shared with me, that I can share it with many others. Thank you for your time.
Awesome, awesome. We definitely appreciate it. And let's go to Howard right quick. I see Howard. And then we'll go to, I believe, if I'm pronouncing this right, Kusa. Let's go there next.
Mr. Chris Oliver, I'd like to thank you so much for allowing me to share my testimony. And I also would like to thank Reverend Lawrence Willis for sharing this opportunity for me, because it's really changed my life at this point. Back in March, I spent about a week and a half in the hospital because my blood sugars were over 800 and I couldn't even tell. But the hospital, they recognized that and put me in the hospital for about a week and a half. I got my blood sugars under control to the point where I could be discharged from the hospital. Now, for anybody knowing, type 1 diabetics, sometimes blood sugars are not pretty stable because we don't make insulin. So I came back to my community, and Reverend Willis introduced me to this technology by saying, put this patch on the back of your neck. And I put it on, and within about a day, my blood sugars were level. And that went on for just 12 hours straight, where I didn't have any spikes whatsoever. And I'm having lots of energy. My strength is returned, and I've had really no issues. So I don't know what this patch is doing, but I know one thing: being a diabetic, this is the first time since 1991, when I first was diagnosed, that I've had steady blood sugars. I've also been putting this patch on my dad, who has dementia. And for the last, I would say, a year, he did not say a word. All he did was sleep. Since I've been putting the patch on him for the last month, he has been speaking, and he has been engaging. He has been more alert. And all I can say is that this is unbelievable, and it's good. And what else can I say but thank you?
Wow, outstanding, partner. Well, we definitely appreciate you as well. And I believe that was Kusa, I think, next. And then after that, we're going to go to Rudy Clay Jr. And if the individual we saw on mute, if you want to go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Who's
sir,
next?
we can.
Oh, hey, this is Rudy Clay Jr. out of Gary, Indiana. And
Oh,
I have a testimony.
that's you under that name. Okay. Go ahead, partner.
I'm with my mom, and boy, my mom was just dancing around the day, just hopping up and down. So I have a testimony. I have a testimony. And I'm so happy. What it's done for me, though, with my kidney stone pain and kidney stones, it alleviated the pain and alleviated the stones where I felt them come out, not like razor blades, but like jelly. It just was amazing to me. And now that's a non-issue, you know. And my mom, she has a testimony. I'm on speakerphone. I would like for her to share as well. And she's in her 80s.
Hi, I'm Rudy's mom. I'm 85 years old.
Young,
as he says. And I consider myself in good health. However, I had some issues that I was addressing with medication. Went to the doctor yesterday. Today, I pulled up my chart. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I don't want anybody to get upset, but I smoke. And being a smoker for a number of years, I have developed some problems. When they test my lungs, they could hear all the raspy sounds, and I've been told that I have a heart murmur, and that's been going on for years. Well, after using this patch, now I've been on it about 2 months now, but I went to the doctor, and when I pulled up my report, and when I was there, everything was normal. He couldn't hear. My lungs were in good shape.
Wow.
No murmur
In the heart.
whatsoever. And the list goes on. And today I was a happy warrior.
Clean bill.
Now, I didn't realize these things were happening to me. I would feel some stuff in my lungs. I didn't know what was going on. I would feel that.
Healing.
But when I went to the doctor yesterday, thank God, those patches work.
Wow.
And take it from me, because at 85 years of age, you do have issues. And my report is as clean as a whistle.
Amen.
So I say, thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God. That's our testimony.
Man, that
Praise
is
God.
powerful. I've been knowing Rudy Clay Jr. forever, and I've been hearing about your mom all this time, and been on calls with you where certain things you got to go do with your mom, man. That is a absolute blessing. Boy, man, when we really realize that all the people's lives that's being affected with this particular patch is definitely incredible. And all we got to do is share it. That's the thing. You can have a miracle in your mouth, but if you sit down and never share it, why wouldn't we want to share it? Man, we had patches being sent all over the country so my partners can get the opportunity of getting the experience with the patch. So therefore, we had to make sure we had enough of them to share. And I know for me, for instance, definitely, I'm not even going to, well, I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to share my testimony because tonight has been so awesome and so many great testimonials. We got enough to really understand that there is something to this patch. Anything that's natural, organic, doesn't have no chemical stimulants. And now people are coming back with great reports from their doctors. I know several of our partners have come back and shared with me, and I won't share their thing unless they want to share it. But man, it's a great feeling that people are getting great reports from a doctor. And we got doctors that are now asking how, and they're getting into business. I mean, signing up in the business with us. And that's going to shift right quick because I do want to share with you how can you get these patches, as well as how can we earn some income from that as well. And before you turn your brain off, because I've had people, oh, no, man, I'm not money motivated. I'm like, well, wait a minute, where do you work? Oh, I work with the state. I work for this. I work for that private company. I said, well, do you get a check? Well, yeah, I get a check. I said, well, you money motivated. Well, no, I'm not. Well, why? Well, hold on now. You just got a check and got paid. Well, man, that's to pay the bills, everything else. I say, so if you're not money motivated, why don't you take that check and donate it to your favorite charity? Donate it to some kids in the community or something else. Give it away. Well, now I got to pay my bills. So listen, money is nothing but a tool, ladies and gentlemen. And it's how you want to earn it. Do we want to work another 10, 20 years? Because think about it. Well, I don't need $1 million. But yet it's still, if you work for 20 years at $50,000 a year, do you realize that is $1 million? But here's the choice. You can take 20 years to get to $1 million, or you can get $1 million out of the way within a year or 2 or 3 years. Which one sounds like it makes more sense? Get it out of the way early so you can enjoy your life for the rest of your life. And then develop residual income. So all we're saying here is, why do we feel so good to give it away to other folks that their families are living off our money for generations? Well, I'm wearing Gucci and Louis Vuitton. Well, Chris, I don't believe in that. I wear no brand. But the no brand company made money off of you too. Think about, well, I got a Benz out here. I got a Lexus. I got a BMW. Oh, so they got paid off of you. Well, I bought a house. Well, the real estate agents and the mortgage brokers, they got a percentage of that house. Everything that we do, the gas you put in your car, the electricity that you pay for. We just got to decide to get to the other side of the game instead of always on the pulling money out. To spend, break the word down, spend. Take the SP off of the front of it. That means it ends. When you spend it, it's gone. That's it. So all of a sudden with our opportunity, this is allowing people to get a chance to get an asset, something that they can generate income from. So how can you grab the patches and be able to share it as well? A person could come in at core. Core is that where you kind of just seeing if you're right for the business, $295. What you're going to receive is 3 of the sleeves. Now, each sleeve is technically $99. It includes 3 patches. That makes the patches about $3 and some change per day. Well, with $2.95, you're getting 3 of the sleeves. Advance is for the new business builder. People want to generate some pretty significant income. Guess what? Now it's $5.35, but you're getting 6 of the sleeves. So as you can tell, hey, that's a little bit more of a discount by getting the advance pack. On the premium is what we call the serious entrepreneur. $17.50. You get a chance to get 20 of the sleeves. That's where a lot of my partners got started at. I know Pastor Willis, immediately when he came in at that top package. Rudy Clay Jr., you just heard his testimonial, got the top package. Derek Smith came in on the top package. Several of my partners either came in at the top package or later on they upgraded to that particular package. Now, why did they get the package? Because also the next 2 months, the subscription is already covered for the next 2 months. So guess what? They don't have to worry about anything for about 90 days. They got plenty of product to share. And then they've gotten each sleeve at about $87.50 instead of the $99 to get going. Now, the other thing that you do is you get on the monthly subscription. One sleeve subscription is $99 a month, but that means you're getting enough patches for one person. And guess what? If you're going to get the benefits, especially, we don't say the patches can cure or mitigate any diseases, but here's the other thing. Because you're not a scientist, and you're not doing your blood work, and you're not looking inside of your body and doing brain scans, why would you want to only use them for a short time when it's still working on you consistently? Your heart is getting younger, and now all of a sudden we got people who are getting great results back from their doctors. Why not just stay on it? Most of us are on a 2-sleeve subscription. And for $199 a month, you keep all of your points, but you can earn up to the maximum in the compensation plan. It's up to as much as $25,000 a week. You got also enough product for 2 people, or if you're by yourself, you got enough for you, and you got enough to share it as well. Some people will look at this and say, well, I hear it, but I just want to be able to get the patches. Can I do that? The answer is yes. You can become a retail customer, which means you purchase a sleeve of the patches for $149. No different than when you walk into Walmart, for instance. I needed a cooler today. I needed a couple boxes. I walked in. I was a retail customer. Walmart family got paid off of me today. Well, same thing here. You buy the patches for $149. The person who referred it, the company is going to share a percentage of that profits with that person. They get $50 of that. Well, if you become a preferred customer, which means you want to get it at the pricing that we get, $99 a sleeve. So when you do that, that just means you get on auto ship. Well, man, I don't want to do that. Well, hold on now. Wait a minute. Do you have Amazon Prime? You either pay by the month or you pay for the entire year up front so you can get a discount on your shipping. I know for me on YouTube, I like YouTube. I don't watch TV. But I don't like all them doggone commercials that be a lot of nothing popping up. So I pay for a subscription with YouTube. Do y'all realize I talked to some gym owners? And guess what? They say 80% of the people that pay a gym membership, they don't even go to the gym. I'll go 90 days and never miss a day. But the majority of people don't go. So it does make sense to get a subscription because on this one, you're receiving the patches every month. And remember, you wear them for 6 months, your heart just went backwards about 8 years, ladies and gentlemen. So when you're actually sharing this with other people who want to do or work the business, let's say somebody comes in at the core, the $295, they got the 3 sleeves, you get 180 points, but also you earn $35 as a product introduction bonus. Now, if somebody comes in at advance, you share it with them, they got the 6 sleeves, guess what? You make an $85 bonus. If you shared it with somebody, say, hey, wait a minute. I need the premium because if I start up a traditional business, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. And many times you don't get your money back for between 2 to 5 years. So, hey, $17.50, yeah, give me that one. They come in on a premium, you earn a $405 bonus for them getting started at premium. Now, the next way we get paid is what you call the binary commission. Binary just means 2. We got 2 teams of business, one on the left, one on the right. So what was happening when I first launched, I was telling my partners, hey man, listen, you need to hurry up and get in, get a position. Some people waited. And when they waited and hesitated, other partners jumped in. The Kendrick Merediths jumped in. The Pastor Willis's jumped in. Other people started jumping in. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Once a person jumps in, the next persons that we bring in, we either gonna put them on this leg or we put them down under these individuals. We got partners who just got started a week or two ago. They already got 10, 15, 20 people up on them, and that's the lowest number they're gonna ever have. Because I know the way I build, guess what? A lot of these folks are going to have 10,000 one day, 20, 30, 40,000 people they don't know. So you're looking at this early right now with our team. So with the binary, once you have 600 points on one side, 330 on the other one, every time that happens, that creates a cycle. That cycle is $50. Well, how many times can you do it? You could do it once a week. You can do it once a day. You could do it once an hour. You could do it once every couple of minutes if you want to, depending upon how much growth you have, because this goes throughout infinity. That's forever. All that volume counts. So you could either come in and just, you just enroll regularly. You can earn up to $100 a week. We didn't get in for 100 a week. At manager, at that level, you got people, you heard Pastor Seriously give his testimonial. He went manager in the run of a week. Well, at that level, that's up to $1,500 a week. Cherie, same thing. She's only, what I just heard, been in a couple of weeks. She did manager as well. Well, at manager, that's up to $1,500 a week in the binary. That's up to $6,000 a month. We got partners right now that are knocking out director. Very first director to get it done, Kendrick Meredith out of Atlanta was able to get it done. Then all of a sudden, the same day, you had Derek Smith out of San Antonio was able to go director. Derek Smith shared it with Orrin Freeman. Orrin Freeman also, a few days later, he went director. And we got several partners about to knock out director. Our directors could go up to as much as $2,500 a week, ladies and gentlemen. That's up to $10,000 a month. Senior director, that's up to $3,500. Executive director, we're getting very close to that. Guess what? That's up to $7,500 a week. Senior director is up to $25,000. Now, some of y'all say, well, is that hard to do? When we did our coffee business, the requirement that this takes, ladies and gentlemen, we were doing almost 4 times that much volume. What it takes in this company to get here, our team was doing about 4 times that when we dealt with coffee. And that coffee wasn't giving people these kind of testimonials that we're getting here. So how do you get manager done? That's the first question. Well, remember now, this is a significant position because it opens up the entire comp plan. To get it done, either you could start at the advanced pack, that's the middle package. You could start there, or you could get up to 300 in personal volume points, which means it could take you a few months to get that done. And all you have to do is share this and put 2 people on your left and you put 2 on your right. You have now become a manager in the company. Now, as a manager, you open up the next way to get paid, which is called matching cycle bonuses. Matching means everybody you personally sponsor, you get 25% of whatever they've earned in the binary. They're going to send you that. The people they brought in, 20%, the people they brought in, 20%. But let's turn this into some real dollars and cents. Let's say you brought in these individuals. The first person made $3,500 that month or that week. The second person, guess what? They made $3,000. This person made $1,050. This one earned $2,350. If you added up all those numbers, that comes up to $9,800. You're getting 25% of that. That's $2,400 showing up to you on work you did not do. That's the money that you've helped them earn. Now you're getting compensated for that. Well, do you realize they brought some people in you don't know? So as a result, that's called your second level. Well, these individuals are earning income as well, $2,100, $750, $600, $300. Now, because you said yes, here are some people you don't even know that's gaining income just because you said yes early, because they would have never known about it. Now, for those individuals, they earn $8,100. The company sends you 20%. That's another $1,620. Now, they brought some people in. These folks are in cities and states you don't have a clue who they are. 300, 1,200, 500, 300, 1,100, 600, 700. Add it all up, that's another $8,900. You get 20% of that, that's $1,780. If you added up your first level, your second level, your third level, that brings you to $5,850 just in matching bonuses. That does not include your binary income. That does not include your product bonuses. That does not even include your retail customers. This is another way, the fourth way of how to get paid. So our team and organization is called Global Power. Global means worldwide. Power breakdown as people organize working towards an economic revolution. We're looking to revolutionize how we're dealing with this economy. We don't need somebody to give us a stimulus package when you could be responsible for stimulating your own family. All we needed was an opportunity. See, y'all know we don't need we don't need favors. We don't need a door all the way open. For many of us, you give us a crack in the door, we'll kick our way on in from there, because we always knew going into corporate America, you got to be twice as good as everybody else just to get the same thing. Now, all of us was taught that, right? But tell me where that makes sense. If you're twice as good, they should be paying twice as much. The reason I love this industry, because we take it out of other human beings deciding they're going to evaluate us. And the folks who are evaluating us at the end of the year, they don't even know what you know. You're more educated. Maybe you got your BA, your BS, your PhD, your JD, your elemental P degree. And these folks just got there early and they've been sitting there, but they're going to evaluate whether we get more money or not. That makes no sense to me. I would rather for a computer to promote me, because now we take out all the isms. Some of y'all say, well, what you mean isms, Chris? Guess what? There's no sexism in this. There's no nepotism, no racism. That means that if the computer is doing it, it's just numbers showing up. So as a team organization, we're going to be responsible for impacting 1 million or more family lives with this incredible product. And when we can have people like Rudy Clay Jr.'s mom coming back, and guess what? She's jacked because she got a great result. Man, all of our families need to be able to have people that we love and we care about that got those kind of testimonials. So when you look at it, we're part of the overall team called This Is It. This team was the team that caused this company to go from 20 million to over $500 million this year. So you're not on an average team. This is like the Chicago Bulls back in the 90s. All we do is win, 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 ladies and gentlemen. So you're saying, well, hey, as I pass these patches out, man, can I professionalize it a little bit? Well, you can order some of the cards. That these 4x6 cards, they're glossy, but on one side of the card, it will explain how you use the patch. How do you put it on? How to hydrate yourself. On the other side of it, it explains all of the benefits that the X39 have. So you don't even have to do a whole lot of talking. Pass the patches out, give a person 2 or 3 of them, let them experience it. And if you got people who are getting immediate, several of them, I don't know why our organization is like that. I would say 95% of everybody we give them to, they get immediate results. You know, that same day, the next day or so, they got results. But guess what? It, to me, is the long-term results that you get by wearing them. Well, Chris, I still feel like I'm taking a risk. How? You got a 30-day money-back guarantee. We were excited when we heard a company say they had 7 days. Most companies have a 0-day money-back guarantee. Once they got your money, they gone. They don't ever have to give it back to you. Our company says, no. We're going to stand behind this. And we're saying, hey, if it's not everything we told you it is, you got the 30 days to get your money back. So all you got to do is technically pick the package that you're coming aboard with. For those individuals that say, well, Chris, everything I heard makes sense, it's just not for me, become a customer. The other person say, I love what I heard, I got some questions. Let's get you on This Is It info, or get on the phone with a person. Let us answer your question. That third person say, man, you could have gotten quiet 15 minutes ago. What do I need to do to get in right now? Well, get with that person. You can get started at the premium package, which is $1,750. Get that one with your 20 sleeves. Be well on your way. How long does it take? All of our partners, they generally select 2-day shipping, which means 2 business days, you got your patches. If that doesn't work for you, get the advanced pack. If that doesn't work, which is $535 plus shipping and handling. If that doesn't work, get the core package, $295 plus shipping and handling. And ladies and gentlemen, when I saw my business back in '94, I didn't have the money. I literally wrote a check to get in that business. I had 2 days to cover it. That was October 27th, 1994. You know how I covered that check? What do you think was due on the first of the month? Rent note, car payment. Guess who didn't get paid? I took that money and I invested it into somebody I wanted to see them get wealthy. Y'all know who that was? I paid me that month. I said, listen, I'm going to take these money, the money that's allocated toward these companies that's worth hundreds of millions. Ford Motor Credit at that time was $1 billion company. I took that money and that's how I got started in my business. Now, I'm not telling any of you to do that, but man, by me investing in me, 30 days later, I had my money back. 90 days later, my income went over 5 figures a month when I was in my 20s. It changed my whole life. So when Kaya was born, my daughter, guess what? I shut down for about 2 months. I didn't do nothing, but guess what? I was right there. And then I found out, that babies, they don't do nothing but sleep most of the time anyway. And then I started at work. But the beauty behind it, you got choices to do whatever you want to do. When you're earning more in a month than what you used to make all year, it's a difference. So this provides a family for choices, and at the same time, we're impacting people's health. You could be healthy as a horse, but if you broke as a joke, you can't go and do nothing. But then if you got all the money in the world, when we were riding through Buckhead, I never forget, we got a limo at one time riding through, and the guy made a statement. He said, you know something about these big, 15,000 square foot houses? He said, usually the guys are no longer here. I said, what you mean? He said, well, usually the guy either got a wheelchair and an oxygen tank on, or either he's passed and the spouse is coming down. What did that say to me is that, guess what? Either we're eating bad and we done worked ourselves to death and not taking care of ourselves. And now all of a sudden it's being passed on to somebody else. So my thing is this, we want to have a blend of both. Get your health right and get your wealth right. Therefore, you can do whatever you want to do. No need of you going over to a country that got mountains and you just sitting there looking at them. You got blue water out there, but scared to get in because you two are at a point to where you're out of health. You scared to get in the water. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to enjoy life. So with that said, for those who are coming aboard, congratulations. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to look forward to working with you, and I promise you, we're going to look forward to seeing you at the top. So tonight, it has been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. Those of you who are wondering, well, Chris, tomorrow night is Friday. Y'all don't work on Friday, do you? Let me ask you a quick question. Is the Pope Catholic? Was Lassie a puppy? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be grinding. Right now, there are no days off that we're looking at. So we're going to be helping partners have success. So if you're looking to change your life and go up to that next level, as a team and an organization, we got your back. We're going to work with you. So tomorrow night, same exact time, same Zoom webinar. We'll be on this bridge. So if you got guests, you can use the same invite that you just used. Just change the day. Make it, instead of Thursday, change it to Friday and have some guests on tomorrow night and allow us to help serve you as you're going toward your quest to build generational wealth. Take care, everybody. Be blessed. We love you. And I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, we will look forward to seeing you at the top. Take care, everybody. Be blessed and have an incredible, incredible evening. Take care.
Good night, everyone.
Night.
Let's go.
Right. Night night.